running. Some of us do it for exercise, some for sport, and a few do it for medals, money, and fame. For me, it's more of a meditative thing. But whatever your reason is, we as runners can all agree on one thing. Never, under any circumstances, shit your pants. Having a major accident while running is something we all fear, especially during a race or a long run we spent months training for. And when those bubble guts creep in, well, that's when the real panic starts. It happens to the best of us, from the first-time runners to the global elites. I mean, there have been plenty of famous soiled runs throughout history. For example, Richard Neyerkar. In 1996, during the Olympics, this British runner was holding on to third place at the men's marathon, when all of a sudden, you guessed it, he shit himself. But still finished with a respectable 5th place. Another example is Steve Jones, the 1985 London Marathon. Albeit, even though he did poop his pants, he was having a great run. But it resulted in the runner-up's refusal to shake his hand at the finish. And finally, the great Norwegian champion, Greta Waitz. She suffered famously from diarrhea at both the London and New York City marathons, but overcame it to win both races. That's a true champion. For today's episode, you guessed it, it's running. Specifically, running well, possibly shitting your pants. Elle and I sit down with 4 people who share unfortunate accidents, near misses, or horrific things they've seen while running. Enjoy the show.
Hey Poopy, how you doing? Hey Poopy, how you doing?
I'm just, trying to find a place with like-minded people to talk about like-minded things about me, about poop and stuff.
Hey Poopy, how you doing? Hey Poopy, how you doing?
Oh man, what's this right here? Is this a podcast about poop?
Hey everybody, it's Dump Day! New episode. It's episode 46, but it'll always be number 2 to us. And this is Hey Poopy with
Dave
and Ellen. We have
an awesome episode.
A really mega epic, special, massive episode.
We have the most amount of people ever on the mic at one time here. So it's our running episode.
It is.
And if you heard us talk about the show before, there's a lot of running issues, shitting, possible accidents.
Cardio makes the poo-poo go.
It just gets the guts going.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about it. We have some lovely guests they know this topic very well.
And you know them all from your running club?
Yes. Well, 2 of them, well, they'll introduce themselves in a minute. I just known for years, but they also happen to run. And then the other 2 are actually in my running group.
Oh.
Grand Army Pacers out of here in Brooklyn, New York.
Cool.
But yes, they're all versed in running and marathons and all that stuff.
I'm the only one here who's not a runner, so
it's okay.
I'm going to learn a lot.
You can chime in. You like the color commentary.
Yeah. I mean, I've done spin classes where I almost shit myself, so it's not that I haven't done cardio and almost pooped my pants. Yeah. Like literally running out of the spin studio during the middle of class because I felt I was going to shit my pants. And I've talked about it on the podcast before, and when I came out of the bathroom, it was at Soul Cycle, so it's fancy as fuck. They were like, we need you to fill out some paperwork because if you got sick, we want to know, like, in case of an emergency. So I'm like filling it out and I'm like, oh my God, I can just hear it now. They're going to call my boyfriend like, hello, Mr. Feliciano. Yes, your girlfriend just shit herself on the bike. Can you please come?
$200 cleaning fee.
Yeah. Can you please come and pick her up with some clean underwear?
Oh my God.
So, yeah.
Well, luckily that hasn't happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty bad.
But okay, so let's go into our check-in and we'll go around the table. Annette.
Yes, hello.
Victoria.
Hello.
Ernie.
Hello.
Kristen.
Hi, everyone.
So hopefully you can tell all these women's apart.
Women's. Yeah, so I guess we'll start, I don't know.
And our check-in.
Our guests always go first.
Yes.
So.
Do you want to check in, Kristen, first? Tell us how have your poops been recently? Here's a Bristol stool chart.
Bristol stool chart.
Did you poopy this morning?
I did poopy this morning, actually, after a run.
Ooh.
So I've had family in town for a little on and off over 3 weeks, so my eating habits have been off the charts, right? Eating out, eating crap, eating grease. So I would say that I'm probably a little bit closer to a number 5 right now.
Okay.
Not the best.
Not the worst
Not the
either.
worst.
Full detox starts.
Yeah.
Full detox starting right now.
Yeah.
It's not number 7. That's the worst.
7's the worst.
Yeah.
But right, like you change your eating habits and like immediately. Not good.
Family does do that to that one's stomach. So yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Been there.
It's fascinating what your parents can put down.
Yeah.
So Ernie, how your poop's been?
Well, not number 7, but I guess like a 3.
Oh,
Looking at a 3. That's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah, that's not
Well, then
bad.
we're solid.
Yeah, I went out last night and had pad thai. We had like 2 bottles of wine. We had cocktails.
Oh, okay.
And we had like mushrooms. I'm like,
Oh,
But pushing out a 3 after a night like that's
pretty
amazing.
impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That means you're like really like bonded.
I felt a lot better after. I was able to go for a run.
oh, nice.
Went to Pilates without bubble gut.
Ooh, that's
Yeah,
good.
that's the worst.
Yeah, the bubble guts.
I've talked to people before that it's if you're farting during Pilates, then you're doing it wrong because if you're keeping in your pelvic floor,
Yes.
it's impossible to squeeze out a fart. So yeah.
So did you hear that? Everybody fart, please. During Pilates and yoga.
And Victoria, how have your poops been recently?
Well, been pretty regular. So looking at the chart, I'm pretty much between a 3 and a 4
Good.
on most days. I did go twice this morning before an 8-mile run and once after.
Oh.
So it's been a big day.
You've had a lot of activity. Annette, how your poop's been?
Okay, so I recently cut down on drinking. So my liquor shits have gone
It's
down.
a real thing.
Yeah.
A real thing.
So I used to be like pretty gravy, probably like in the 7 range. And now I'm more consistently in the 1 through 4-ish.
Okay.
Usually 4. I don't know that I've ever had like rabbit dropping consistency, but I think mainly in the 4 range.
Wow, that's good.
4s
Yeah.
are great.
That's good.
That's like the healthy.
Yeah, that's right in the zone. That's the golden
Yeah.
the golden triangle.
What about you, Dave? How have your poos been?
Mine okay. I think like a 3 today.
Oh.
Actually, I
Once,
haven't went to the
twice?
bathroom today yet, which is really odd for me.
Oh.
Have you run?
Yesterday I pooped like 3 times, and it was from a 4 all the way to like it was like the whole spectrum. I feel like
A range of shit.
yeah, because it's like before I run, I just usually have like one solid one, and then like right before I leave to go meet you guys, I'm just like I got to go again, and it's like not really. It's just kind of some leftovers, if you will. But I would say like somewhere between like a 3. The last couple days between 3 and 5s.
Ah, good.
You know, it's all right. Could be better. Ellen.
I did ayahuasca 2 nights ago, and if anybody doesn't know what that is, it's basically like a very hardcore. It's a very hardcore hallucinogenic journey where it literally felt like I was dreaming wide awake. It was kind of fucking amazing. It was terrifying too, but I was prepared and brought Depends with me because I have heard people have shit their pants while doing it because you're literally poisoning yourself and then everybody was throwing up, which I was in a room of like 10 people, everybody's puking.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And it was pitch dark in there, so it was like I had a bucket in my hand and I was just vomiting like crazy, which I was vomiting so hard that I totally didn't fully pee my pants, but did pee my pants. So I wasn't wearing the Depends, but I was wearing Thinks, thankfully, because I would have peed right. I brought a change of clothes. I brought a change of clothes. But yeah, I wouldn't suggest it for everybody, but it was something that I'm so glad I did. It was insane. And I didn't want to talk about it until we started recording, but I started my journey with this like kaleidoscope cartoons that was like Keith Haring and Mayan and I was like, if this is the only part to this journey, then I'm fucking stoked about it. It was like these happy cartoons just like flowing my way, and the shaman was like singing and playing all this incredible music that was just like heightening everything, and I was like, if this is it, I'm totally cool. And then it went into this like cartoon kaleidoscope that when I closed my eyes it was there, when I opened my eyes it was there. I was like, like, okay, I guess this is it. But then I went
This is
into
my life.
I went into my grandma's house, and I was walking around my grandma's house as a little kid, and I realized she wasn't there, and she died almost 30 years ago, 25 years ago. I might start crying. This is why I was crying, because I'm walking around her house and I realized she's not there, and I was like, oh yeah, because she passed away, and I was like crying because I missed her so much. And then Dave, actually, you came in to my
Nice.
grandma's house, and I wanted to show
I was
you my
like-
grandma's house, and you were like, this is cool. And I was like, right, this is like such a one beautiful warm place. And like other people came in. It was like it started at 9 p.m. and I didn't get home till 6 a.m. It was an intense moment.
Oh my God,
but I didn't shit myself. But when I like sobered up, when we all sobered up from it, I was like, yep, I'm gonna go poo right here. I'm gonna go into this bathroom that's like inches away from everyone else, and only squeezed out maybe a couple threes. Like it wasn't like
couple?
like a little tiny like ones.
okay.
Like, and then
Not your usual like 14 incher.
yeah. I was expecting mud butt, like total pee pee coming out of my asshole. But I guess because I threw it all up, there was nothing to poop
Without the
out.
other end.
Yeah, but at like 5 a.m, I did poop at this shaman's house. So yes, I did bring it back around to my check-in, and then yesterday I just had like a rest day and totally made some great poops. Then I woke up this morning and made some great poops. They were like Bristol 4s, like long, strong, full. I think I made like 2 of them today. But I feel like the ayahuasca like really just cleared out my system and made me have like
Nice.
really like happy pooping.
So it was a positive experience.
It was insane, and like I'm so like I was like inside of myself, and it felt like a dream. But there was times where I just wanted to scream out like, I miss my fucking grandma. And like I was like, I shouldn't say anything out loud because I don't want to ruin anybody else's trip. And there was a moment where like the woman next to me was like, as I was crying so hard, she was like, do you need help? Do you need a tissue? And I was like, I'm fine. This is good. It's good. I gotta get it out.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow. Okay.
It was amazing.
Wait, when I was in
But I brought you into my grandma's
so
house.
did I use the bathroom at grandma's house?
No. You only came in the living room. You didn't like explore, like wanted to go into the dining room and the kitchen and everything. But like I could feel
sounds like
her
me.
furniture. I could feel like everything. It was amazing. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. Maybe I should try it.
I would.
It's a little terrifying because I just don't. I don't
puking thing is
the puking thing, and then also like I'm afraid it's going to turn this amazing like first 5 minutes, which is pretty cool. Then it's going to turn a complete nightmare for like 10 hours.
No, it like I feel like because you're like it's like lucid dreaming, like you're so in control of it that even if something scary did happen, like I even went back to like grammar school and I had all these the kids in my grammar school over for a birthday party, and I was like, why the fuck are these people in my house? And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna leave, and I just like walked out of the room and I wasn't around them because I was like, they're just users. Why are they here? You know?
Wow.
So I feel like
That's
you can
like deep.
navigate through. Yeah.
I don't remember anybody from my.
No, I haven't thought about these people in decades.
You're like
So
this little Jimmy.
yeah. So it was. If anybody was interested, I'd totally suggest it, but it's not for everybody.
Okay.
But it was very cathartic. Yeah.
So you had a good
I'm glad
time.
I did it.
Did not shit your pants, which
I
is
didn't
really
shit
good.
my pants.
Well, that would have been awesome if you did.
I mean, I was preparing for it.
You bought the Depends, but see, if you're tripping your balls up, how are you going to know to put the Depends on?
Well, I was gonna put them on beforehand, and then I was like, I got the things on. I think I have this. But you also like
Famous last words.
I brought like change of underwear, change of sweatpants, even change of socks, because I was like, what if I do shit my pants and I'm pulling my pants off and my socks get dirty? Like, I want to be prepared. I even had to change a bra just in case. But like basically, there was other people, everybody else.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, it was. I was like, shit is everywhere. But I was like, the other people there had done it many times before. I was like the newbie in the room, and they all like an hour into it did another second glass, and I was like, how could you drink more of that stuff? I'm still fucking tripping my balls off.
Yeah.
But then when he called last call, and it was like 2-3 hours, and he was like, "Does anybody want last call?" And the shaman was hilarious. Like, he made some jokes that I was laughing hysterically about, and he was like, "You didn't think I was this funny?" And I was like, "No, it's perfect. I need the levity."
I love when my shaman doing like material.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't like full on.
He's got to take 5.
He's like, yeah. Hey, what's up with
No, it wasn't like full on jokes like constantly. It was more music and singing,
okay.
which was really, really awesome. He had like these bells. He had this one like he had instruments I never even heard of before. But when I did do the second class, I was like, just give me like a quarter from the first one.
Yeah.
And it was nice because I like tapered out slowly because
Right.
I didn't want to just abruptly get sober, especially when everybody else is puking and freaking out around me.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, the puking part would freak me out a little bit too much. I hate puking.
I don't like it
is
either.
not I can't even imagine.
I don't like
And
it
the
either,
smell?
but like you don't smell anything, thankfully. But the only thing that sucks, well, actually, the ayahuasca, I was thinking, Dave, you would hate it because it tasted like prune juice with dirt in it. And I know how much you hate prunes.
Yeah.
But I was like, that was the only gross part because I was like, it tastes like prunes. I can handle this. But throwing that taste back up is like, bleh, no.
Did anyone else shit their pants? Or-
Nobody else, and I was asking people, I was like, did anybody else poop? Like, and I told them about the podcast. And
Of course you did.
And
He was like, hey, let's get on mic. What was your
Did anybody
experience?
poop? Because I can record
Did you
right now.
ask them that after you were all done?
Yeah,
Or-
because when we
okay.
all sobered up and he closed out the ceremony, then we were like eating fruit and chocolate and just chilling and talking. Not really talking about our experiences, but everybody was like, that was awesome. I feel like it was like one of those things when you're in it, you want to share it with everybody, but then when it was done, it was like, no, I want to keep that private and to myself, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, and one of the guys there I did combo with before, and I was like, did you poop during combo? And he's like, no, but the first time I did ayahuasca, I was shitting like crazy in that bathroom. And I was like, yeah.
See, I think this shitting in a bathroom while you're tripping your balls off that hard would freak me out too.
Well, the only thing
I'm like,
that...
oh my God, what's happening right now?
Well, yeah, when I was peeing, like tripping my balls out, I was like, I don't think I could get out of this bathroom. Like, this is
great.
I'm stuck in here. But the only thing that there's only one toilet for like 10 people. So I'm like, what if everybody is like needs to shit or pee at the same time? Like, we're fucked.
The sink.
You got your things.
Yeah.
You got your things.
Yeah. And these puke buckets.
That would be like a new slogan for things like, not only does it help with your periods, it really helps with
It's their next product
shit your
line.
pants. Yeah. It's a built-in diaper.
Fancy depends.
Well, I'm glad you had a good experience.
Thank you.
And maybe I'll try it someday.
Yeah, you could come back with me. I want to do it again. It was insane. But in the best way possible. Because it's like, you're fucked up, but I remember every single part to it. It's not like
cool.
being drunk and like being like, what did I say? What did I do? I was dancing on what? Like, this was like, I remembered every single part.
Okay.
It was insane.
Well, that sounds like a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Any of you guys do ayahuasca before?
No.
No. But despite the horrors of the vomiting, every person that I know who's done it has had your experience where they're like, I would recommend it.
Yeah.
It's not for everyone, but a lot of people have said it's life-changing.
Yeah.
And
I have a friend who like quit drugs. It like changed
Really?
his life.
Wow.
He like completely refocused and just got his shit together.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it made me like want to reach out to old family members I haven't talked to in a while. It made me like there's a lot deeper stuff that happened.
Right.
Like, it made me realize my one friendship with a friend of mine is like even more important to me than I realized it was, and I need to tell them, which I'm going to tell them in person. But then another friendship, I realized why I'm so angry at this person all the time, because they remind me of my mother and I'm angry at her. Like, it was just all this stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm so, now this is like making me even, I don't know if I'm going to do this.
No, you don't have to.
Field trip.
But it was like good. It was good because it's more like you're tapping into your subconscious, and like you're just like, hey, subconscious, it's okay.
Okay.
And I was going through stages of being like a 5-year-old to a teenager to like, I was like introducing my 41-year-old self to my grandma who died when I was 15. And I was like, because I finally did find her, and she was like happy for me in my life.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Nice.
So.
Oh.
how much does this cost?
The shaman has a swinging scale. So if you're don't have a lot of money, he can totally work with you. So it totally depends.
You only get like a quarter cup.
Yeah.
You get this much.
But
A quarter of a trip.
yeah. But the only thing is he does want you to pay for the initial like interview. So you're not, and he might deny you. He says he denies very few people, but it's the initial interview is just trying to see like, are you on antidepressants? How, like, what are you trying to get out of this journey? Like, so on and so forth.
Right.
Yeah, he told me he did turn down some guy recently. He just was like, his energy is just wrong. But yeah.
So he's vetting people to do these psychedelic drugs,
which I think is good
Yeah,
because
definitely.
he wants to make sure you like his personality. Because if you walk in, and you're like, no, this guy's not for me. At least you know you're not going to be tripping balls in front of. He's a total weirdo in the best pot. Like he's a hippie, you know, like and he serves people drugs every other weekend. So yeah, but yeah, I love weirdos though. So
But there's like no turning back from that kind of.
No.
Right? Like once you're in it.
Oh
you
yeah,
are
you can't
in
be
it.
like,
It's
hey,
not like,
can we stop this?
can we turn on the light so I can put on my shoes and
well,
leave?
he does
Yeah.
have like if you eat grapefruit or honey or lemon, like it'll like if you're really tripping hard and like freaking out, he'll give you those things and it'll like kind of not stop it dead in its track, but it'll like slow it down so you're not like having a fucking mental breakdown.
Good.
But yeah. So
Alright.
he has
He
things
knows
to
what he's
help you.
doing.
Yeah. He's been doing it for like well over a decade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
wow, what a life!
Yeah.
Yeah. Shaman Brent.
But yeah.
I'm kidding. But that's a great. That sounds like an amazing experience. So
Yeah.
I have to check that out.
It was awesome.
Nice. Well, that was an awesome, epic check.
Sorry.
No.
Me and all
That
my
was-
craziness.
That was were you like, I'm just imagining you jumping up and then you're like,
But yeah, there was one guy there because I was like, going to bed at fucking 5 a.m. is not exciting for me. And he's like, no, and I did it last. I had 2 hours of sleep and I went out and I was having the best time. I got like 5 hours of sleep when I got home and I was like, I'm dead to the world. I felt like I had the worst jet lag of my life. And like, I'm like sore from puking and crying so much. Like, my muscles
you kinda
are
had a
sore from
workout.
that. Yeah.
I was about to say, it sounds like you worked out all the bad in it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It's a huge.
did some little ab work with the puking.
Yeah.
And also, you're all svelte now. And like, well, we should get into our guest here.
Yes. Let's
And,
talk about
do a little round robin.
running and
talking
pooping.
about running and pooping and everything in between. Missed accidents. Missed opportunities.
I gotta ask: were anybody there when the older lady that pooped in her like?
Oh, I think I was with Victoria actually.
But
Yes.
she's like a known person.
I didn't know that until
But
you
is she
mentioned
known
it.
for pooping herself
yeah.
all the
Yeah.
time?
We
Oh,
did it.
really?
Yeah. Oh,
As
yeah.
a marathon or in like
I
a
just
No,
saw regular
it was a
races.
race.
regular road
Yeah.
runners.
It's not that I don't believe you. I just love other eyewitnesses.
Oh no.
I
I
don't
didn't
know
think you didn't
if
believe
we
it.
were
There's a lady
actually together,
that is
I thought
known
we-
for this?
but
Yeah.
it's happened multiple
Well,
times.
Let me back up.
False
so
memories.
we were doing like it was some race in Central Park through the New York Road Runners Club, and I forgot. It was like I want to say like early spring
Yeah.
type of thing, and yeah, this one older woman was. I don't know. Maybe we were in the. I think we were in the same race, Victoria. But I think maybe I just saw it. But it was she was the gun hadn't even gone off yet.
Yeah.
And she had those like
The brown was running down.
yeah. Well, I don't know what you call those whatever those pants, those old lady tights. Like
I said, like,
they're
compression stockings or something?
kind of. But they're like
But shorts.
pantyhose.
Yeah.
But like she has shorts, over those things. And I kept looking, and it looked like some kind of weird like sheen.
Pattern.
Yeah.
And then I was looking closer, and I'm like, oh, that's shit. And we didn't even start the race yet.
It wasn't the newest Lululemon pattern.
No.
I just I don't get that because why don't you just
Come
wear
closer.
why don't you just wear diapers? Like
Yeah.
you're an old lady, you know this happens. It obviously happens a lot. Just wear a diaper.
She's like, fuck that. I'm
Yeah.
going. She's like freestyling it, man.
She's like, this is my one opportunity to shit myself in public, and it's kind of okay.
Well, did
Yeah.
people like when we start those races, like super packed now? Did
Oh,
she have like
I mean,
a
I was-
radius
I was not
around
near her.
Right.
I mean, there wasn't that much. It wasn't that big of a radius, but it was less than
Like,
less
is
than
she
I thought it
nose
would be.
deaf? Like, did she know? Did she
No,
know?
but she's kind of
she
like
was
just
kind
deal
of-
with it. She's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm like old as shit. I don't care.
She
I mean-
definitely has like a DGAF added like air
Yeah.
about her.
Yeah.
I mean, she's got like she wears like a ton of makeup. It's always kind of smeary
Yes.
and
And
runny.
very like blue eyeshadow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
I mean,
thick,
we gotta love her for that.
thick
Yeah.
mascara. It's always like her makeup streaked at the end, the shit streaking at the end. It's just like, she's a real someone. You can't not notice her.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you're just looking at her face.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I haven't done the races in a couple of years, but I would see her at the races. It didn't matter if the race was, a 10K, a 5K, no matter the length, she was shitting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In her pants.
In her pants. And she'd wear like these, the little shorts.
Yeah.
Not even in black. Bitch is wearing like electric blue.
Not even ankle length.
Yeah.
So you can definitely see it all over her legs.
Oh yeah, it's gnarly. Wow. And I saw it for the first time, so I felt blessed. Also, I can't wait to get to that point in my life. I mean, minus the shitting in my pants in public, but where you just don't give a shit like that. Like you just fuck it. Because she clearly just is like, this is who I am. I got my makeup on, and it's like it's a mess, but it's kind of awesome.
It's awesome,
living
but that's
her best
also,
life.
Isn't that all of our biggest fears that
for
we're
sure.
out for a run?
Losing that tightness in the butt.
Like, right? Like, how many times you've been out for a run and like you're tired or you got a muscle thing and you're like, oh, I can just call a car. I can hop on a subway or anything like that. But if I were to shit, if I were in Queens, I would be walking my ass all the way back to Park Slope.
Yeah.
I just want to know how she gets home. I mean, I'm hoping she
must
was
live somewhere
walking
near-
distance
yeah.
because it's like, bitch, I know you're not sitting on a subway.
Or she checks a bag and she has lots of
Maybe.
baby
Like
wipes.
towels. And diapers. I don't know, but it's pretty nuts. And it's like, I mean, I didn't know that was even a thing until I think you guys, Ernie and Victoria, mentioned it.
Yeah,
But,
you told me she's kind of famous for.
Yeah, she's it was nuts to seeing that in person.
Amazing.
Which was, whew. That's actually kind of awesome way to kick this whole thing off.
Yeah. Shit happens, people.
I mean, I know for me personally, the closest I've come is coming home from a workout on our long Saturday runs, and I got a little over 3/4 of the way home, and I was doing that crazy like twisty walk where I had to keep stopping every 5 seconds because like holding on to like a fence, or like a side
doubling over
like
a little bit.
It was like I'm like if I and like it's like my body knew like we're almost home, like we could just do it right here, and it was like I can't. I mean, it took me so long to get home, and I ran into like a tiny bit came out, and I had like shorter shorts on too, and I'm thinking like this can't happen outside because I'm not that close where I can't, and I don't think I could really. The faster you run, it's just the more.
Make it
so
worse.
I couldn't really run, and I'm like, I can't have this happen. And I just remember I waddled my way over to this little restaurant. I just ran into it, and I think I just nervously said like, I'm gonna buy something, and I just like ran into the bathroom. Like, why did I have to even say that? Like, I didn't have to say anything, but let me just call all this attention to myself, and I just like ran in all like. And just wreck that bathroom. But it was seriously like if I waited like another like minute, another 30 seconds, it would have been like if I had the arrogance to be like I can make it, I would have.
You can't make it.
Oh my god! By the time I got to Atlantic, it would have been all over Atlantic Avenue.
We all know when you can't make it.
Yeah. There's been times. A lot of times I get stuck where on the odd chance we finish this workout at the bottom of Prospect Park, the bottom, but like. It's one section, the mile marker in Prospect Park, and I had to walk all the way back home from there because I couldn't run. So I could do a light jog back to the top of Prospect Park, and I just couldn't. And then I forgot. There's this woman that used to be in our group. I can't remember her name. She was older. And then she's like, "Oh, you want to? I'll walk with you." And I'm like, "Oh my god, what?" And she kept like, she's like talking to me about stuff, and I was like, just so. It was like those things where I was like, just like one word answers, like yes,
You got the cold sweats, and you're like, "Please don't talk to me."
Like I just wanted to just have that thing to be like, "Look, I'm gonna shit my pants, so I can't talk to you right now." But I didn't do that.
Like I need some alone time.
It was awful, and then like I tried going into like. It was like winter too, so like there wasn't that much like coverage. And I was like, I'm not gonna make it to the library, so I went into the. I saw a porta potty, and then I opened it up. Horrific, couldn't do it in there.
Oh, Prospect Park porta potties.
They're the worst.
Evil.
Then I walked over to this bush at the top of Granary Plaza, and I just dropped my pants, and then I started to go. And then I see this woman walking her dog. I'm like, I can't do this. I go, because I didn't.
That dog's gonna do it.
Well, no, because now there's gonna be some flashers in the park. So I just had to pull my stuff back up and then like.
I can't believe you could make it. If my pants were down and I'm in the squat,
you're already crowning.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Out.
I'm like, you got to do what you got to do to get out of the situation. And I just like pulled the pants right back up, and I kind of just quickly walked into the library, the Brooklyn Library, and then I was panicked because it's the first time I'd like used the bathroom in there. I didn't know where it was, and I'm just kind of like just looking around, like just like
I'm gonna check something out.
Like I'm gonna check something out.
So many witnesses at this point.
Like I'm gonna try to like I'm trying to defuse a bomb, like literally. Just like so I just ran to the bathroom, and then I get to the bathroom, and there's no lock on the door. So now I'm just like on this weird, like I'm in the handicap stall, so it's like a bit, so I'm like in this weird angle trying to hold the door closed. Because like I was afraid someone's gonna walk in there, and it was just like I was like shaking my head, going like, "What is going on with your life right now? Like this can't be good. Like this is not something. This is not normal." So yeah, but I've come close so many times.
I was gonna ask, has anybody actually pooped in the park?
No, but it's been very close.
Yeah.
There was once in Prospect Park, I was scoping out bushes because I didn't think I was going to make it around to Lincoln Road to that bathroom. It was before work in the morning. I was doing a long run. But yeah, it is the biggest fear. You're like, is today the day that I'm going to crap myself when I'm running?
I think about that a lot. Like depending on what I eat the night before, sometimes I'm like, oh fuck, why did you eat that?
Yeah.
Well,
like feel it during a run, like you too, like right? And you're like, okay, can I keep running and get to my house and have that 30 seconds to open the doors and get to the toilet, or do I stop now? Because like once you stop, like right, like I don't know how everybody else around the table is, but like once you stop, it's like your brain knows, okay, you can poop now, and your brain does not care where you're at.
You don't give a shit.
Yeah,
your brain is just like it's like a dog. You're like, yeah, man, like right here's a good spot. I mean, I've definitely done the thing where I'm like having a really good run, and then I start getting those like, those
bubble guts.
Yeah, I start getting I have it right
feels.
Here. I start getting this. So like,
I get those after I have a night out like Ernie had last night.
So I'll get that, and then I'm having a really good I'm making pretty good time, and then like I'm just like basically walking at that point because I'm like if I run any harder. Like I don't, I can't. There's too many people in the park. There's too many witnesses.
But it's so hard because you can't run because you're gonna shit yourself, but you want to get to the toilet fast. So you're like you're screwed. You're screwed. I would do I remember being at the top of it was always at the top of the Williamsburg Bridge and just like
miles from
far
anywhere.
from home, far no
far from anything.
And just feeling that feeling and just like oh fuck. And then stopping because I can't run a step, and I'm just gonna walk briskly, and then I'll start running because I have to get to a toilet soon because the closest toilet was the one in McCarran Park.
Oh my god!
Which is over a mile.
Yeah,
easy.
So I'm just like tight in the butt, breathing deep, and then walking and then trying to run a little, but then you take 10 steps of running and then it's like
it comes right back.
Do you talk to your brain?
Oh
I tell my brain you can't do it now. You can't do it now.
Get real zen.
Yeah.
And just it's not that
but
far.
See, the clenching and all that stuff. That's what I'm worried about when I start getting older. There's gonna be some point where you're just out there.
Your muscles are
in my
working
70s, and I'm like, you got this, and it's like, it just happens. I think
that's what pens are made for.
No, but I think at that point, I'm just gonna be constantly wearing just running pants.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna run wear shorts anymore at that point.
Coach Rachel will help you with that pelvic floor exercises.
Those are important
Pilates,
as we get older.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I've never almost shit myself running, but there have been times where I've farted and I have to do a fake stretch just to make sure that it was a clean fart, and I have no shit that might have slipped out.
Yeah,
it wasn't one of these.
I mean, it's a little bit juicy, but not enough that it.
Yeah.
Well, especially if you're sweaty.
Yeah.
Well,
if you're swamp ass and sweatiness, and you fart and you're questioning it, you're is it sweat? Is it poo? Is it a shart?
That's the worst in the summer. Summer runs are the absolute nightmare. Because there's been times I'm I don't know if I just peed on myself or if it's just all sweat from
just pure funk.
Yeah, I don't even know. You're just kind of this is I can't tell anymore.
You bend down and you get a whiff of your crotch. And you just want to cry.
I'm I feel bad for anybody who run past. They're what the fuck?
A couple of years ago, I think it was in Runner's World, I read something about this woman who was running with a guy in Central Park, and he bet her, they were doing a bet to like who could beat the other one up the hill. And she's like, I knew that I could beat him up the hill, but she's like, if I did that, I would also crap myself. But she's like, I'm really competitive. So she's like, I went for it, and I raced up the hill, I smoked him, and then I just like looked over my shoulder, waved, and booked out of the park. And I was like, good for her. That's pretty awesome.
I was reading a bunch of stuff before this episode about how a lot of runners, like, that happens all the time. I forgot the woman's name. I think she's German. Greta something or other. She's the one, I think it's the famous one from the New York City Marathon.
Greta Scallop?
Greta Weitz?
Yes, that's the
Who
one.
won it 9 times?
Yeah. She's the one that like totally just like let it loose. But she's like, I gotta do this because they're so competitive.
Because that's how you're making your living.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I don't understand that when we were talking about earlier, like, she's not going to make $100,000 for doing this race. It's like, why are you doing this?
Hey, I got the guy from Nike over here who wants to sponsor you. See your work before. Okay, you just really committed. All right, you just literally just do it.
I was doing the Pittsburgh Marathon a couple years ago, and it was really hard. It was probably like around mile 22, 23. It was like a very hilly marathon, a very challenging course. From mile 12 to 24 was all hills. And I was not having fun, and I saw this guy in front of me. We'd been keeping pace for a while, and he was younger than me. He looked pretty fit, and then I kind of got a view of his butt, and he was wearing black shorts, but I could tell that he had crapped himself a lot. And I was like, you know what? It really
a lot.
A lot, because you could see it through these black shorts that weren't tight.
But isn't it like rubbing against your
it's
like
just,
your crack?
It seemed horrible. So I was just
spackle
so it really helped me with finishing this marathon, because I was like, you know what? As bad as I feel right now,
You're not that guy.
It's all good.
God bless him. I mean,
Should we go around the table and name everybody off, and then you could tell your story? That way we know whose voice is whose.
Sure.
Does that work for people?
Sure.
And then they don't have to be. They could be your stories, someone else's stories.
Yeah. You could be
whatever.
stories of people pooping themselves.
Or funny, almost kind of disasters.
Anybody want to go first?
So
no pressure.
I'll go first. 'Cause
Okay,
I think
and that's Annette.
yeah, I'm the least interesting.
Oh.
So
We'll
as
be
far
the
as
judge of that.
Except
Yeah.
you just ran 2 marathons in 3 weeks.
Oh yeah.
oh my God!
Yes.
Ooh, congratulations.
That gets a whole.
thank you.
Were you in the New York City Marathon?
So I did Detroit and I did New York. So
Wow.
they're 2 weeks
A
apart.
total badass.
Wow.
Yeah, no,
That's awesome.
It was great. I had a great experience, and no shit stories from those. But throughout my running career, I have a superpower that no matter what I eat, my body just puts up with it. So for New York City, my husband made spicy vegan sausages the night before, and it was really testing
I gotta take a shit right now just hearing that.
because he's great. He makes dinner every night. But for whatever reason, this was the first time he was like, you know what? I'm going to fucking do this. I'm going to make the spicy sausage the night before the marathon.
Wild card.
Oh my
So
no.
I ate
He's like,
it.
Let's see if she
Yeah.
can make it.
I ate it and I was like, this is going to be real bad. But I got to the marathon the
Testing
morning
faith.
of. Yeah. And it just came out on time, like in the porta potty. A little bit explosive, not bad. But then
a little bit explosive.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It was actually not
Fire in the
terrible.
hole.
And I just, like, if I start out the race, because you have to wait so long at the start line, and even if I have to go, like, I can feel the poop a little bit, my body just digests it, I think. Like, I just get rid of it somehow during the run. So I feel like I never have these stories where I'm like, ooh, almost shit myself, because it just, I don't know,
That's
my body
incredible.
gets used to
The
it.
porta
Yeah.
potties at most marathons are like fresh, right? They're
Pretty bad.
bad.
They go bad
real
on the
quick.
time
Real
of
quick.
day.
Yeah.
no, but
Yeah.
like then they put them out for the marathon. They're like pretty fresh and new,
Yeah.
but then they get bad.
They get
Everyone's,
bad
everyone's
pretty
nerves are
quick.
shot, so everyone's like having nervous shits,
I
morning
think-
shits.
But no one was
Yeah.
using it
But it's
the
not
day
the
before.
it's not
Yeah.
the Prospect Park
Right.
porta
No.
potty that's been out
like,
all year.
They open them up fresh. in
yeah,
the
yeah,
morning.
yeah.
It's not like a mummified carcass.
But you guys,
of shit.
you were like, are you running into a porta potty before the race and being like, oh, like crossing your fingers, like, please let this one be fairly clean?
Well, the problem is you're with 50,000 other runners that have the nervous shits.
Yeah.
So first you have to wait in line, which is a feat in itself
Yeah.
to make it to the
Especially
front.
when it's like knocking
Yeah. And then
on its way out.
when you get in there, you can see in the abyss of the porta potty that everyone else has emptied their intestines.
So it's everything on your
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like a
Scale
mix
there.
of all of those.
All the birth
just
You're visiting the whole scale.
yeah. And this, I mean, the great part is that when I got rid of this Chipotle, whatever, vegan sausage, there was no toilet paper in the porta potty.
I always brought my own
So-
I
toilet
always bring
paper.
my own.
That is a pro tip that I never.
I always brought
I bring,
toilet paper.
like,
That was my
a
biggest
little,
fear was like not
And that got a little
having.
cocky.
So I
with
bring
your,
like
you're
I bring like a
I
full
don't need
roll.
this.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna hold it all morning and through this marathon. But no, I ended up using my hand warmers that I had taken with me. It was actually like kind of nice. You get a warmed little wipe, and then you just keep going. So I don't know.
Wait, do you think it's because so many poopers before you used up the paper, or do
Yeah.
you think?
Oh,
okay.
yeah, sure,
Yeah,
yeah.
I always bring a little like individual wipe,
Yeah, I'd bring a
wipe.
full roll.
Yeah, or Kleenex.
I'm worried. I don't want to be caught out there.
No, you're right. I mean, Ellen gave me some baby wipes for like just to, like for like
Well, I
those
gave
kind of
him,
emergency little.
A really thin, small pack of baby wipes
Yeah.
and a hand sanitizer they could like loop over his belt because he was telling me about a porta potty that was pure hell, and I was like, dude, you got to be prepared.
I was cocky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like someone actually, the one I was in, real quick, they had like the little stand up pee, like urinal, and then I turn in and someone shit in that.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking animals.
I saw that once
are
before the
these people?
turkey trot in Prospect
Yeah.
Park, and it was horrifying. It was like early in the morning, and I was just like, "How can you not make it another like 7 inches?"
Yeah.
So they can't. Like it felt deliberate
Yeah.
and mean.
Oh, it's a complete. Thank you.
You don't have to
Terrorism.
sit down now. Like
I'm
most
just
of
trying to
them,
figure out how you managed to do this. Because you're
it's
like,
They
baffling.
did it.
they
It was a
grabbed
lot,
their
too.
ass and spread
Yeah, it was a
apart and they
lot.
squatted. It's just like you do in the woods.
I mean,
or-
porta potties are just disgusting in general, but any kind of running race,
Yeah.
porta potty,
It's-
it's like that thing is like just putting through. I mean, I feel for the people that got to clean this stuff out because it's horrific.
So when we did Paris, a couple of us did
This is
Paris.
Kristen.
Hi, it's Kristen. I'm a little bit like Annette. I am, knock on wood, like have never had like any long run marathon issues.
Accidents.
We'll come back to that. But when we ran Paris this year, a couple of us went over to Paris, and the Europeans are much more like whatever to most things, right? The urinals are all outside and they're not enclosed. Right?
Oh
so
my God.
like all the men would just go up and like take out their junk and pee in these
Yeah.
kind of like they were like 4 stalls, but you could like
Yeah.
you could see everything. So then that means the porta potties were just used for poop. Just poop. So
Wow.
yeah.
And women's pee too.
And women's pee too, of course,
Right.
because usually you kind of
Oh my God.
doing it all. But I don't think like if there were poop in the urinals outside, that would have been that would have been really really.
I mean,
nasty.
I just the people that it is very deliberate because like you're not just doing that to like oh my God I couldn't make it. It's like fuck this.
I just feel like that's
So
even
rude.
more inconvenient. Like you've gone out of your way.
You're standing.
You've done some contortionist shit.
Yeah, you're an asshole. Is
No,
what
but
you
those
are.
urinals that are in the porta potty, it's not water flowing. There's
No.
just literally like a hole.
I know, but like
Yeah.
it's a
So
little
you're
tall-
doing
but
it
it's
to
a little-
be an asshole.
Yeah, it's a little taller
Taller.
than the toilet.
You're
So
right.
you're really just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
doing some flamingo shit.
Or you have some kind of, or you're freakishly tall for some odd reason. You can't do the bend, or you have some kind of knee issue. You're like, you know what?
Then you shouldn't be running.
Yeah, well, that's true. This is true.
Ugh.
But it's the porta potties in general are absolutely. It's like my worst nightmare.
Victoria, you said you made some notes.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us a story or two?
Yes.
Or 5?
This one is a good follow-up from Annette's story. This was a couple years ago. I was doing a half marathon in Central Park. I think it was the Fred Lebeau half marathon.
Fred LeBeau.
Coming up in January again. And for all of us who've run hundreds and thousands of miles in Central Park, we know where all the bathrooms are. And there's one particularly good one. It's right below Cat Hill. It's right by the boathouse. So, and I'd be, going and doing a run and don't think I have to go to the bathroom. And I'd get near the Cat Hill bathroom and I'd be like, ugh, it's like Pavlovian. So it just never fails. So about 5 miles into this half marathon, have to pee, go near this bathroom, and I'm like, oh wow, for the first time ever, I do not have to take a crap. And I go in and I didn't even check for toilet paper. I go and I squat and then I have to take a crap. And I didn't even check if there was toilet paper. And of course, there was no toilet paper. And I'm just like, I didn't know like how bad this was. It was just, I have like 6-7 more miles to go.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, you know, but I realized I have my arm warmers on. It was cold out. And I was like, okay, I'll use these. They're black and they're like woolly. So we kind of can't see like the damage on them. So I didn't know. And I was just like, okay, like thank God I had these because what else would I have done? But the real shame of this is I'm kind of a thrifty person and I hate to waste things. So I had the brief thought of like, I was like, oh, this isn't so bad. I'll just ball these up and take them home and wash them. These things cost like $9.99 and I'd probably run, you know, with them for a couple of years. And I was like, I am such a trash person. So I did throw them away.
Oh,
I did
God.
not. Yeah.
You can keep them?
Yeah. And I had a pretty good time during that race despite the setback in time.
I feel like any public toilet in New York City that's nice, and I'm like quoting, is like you make note of it. You're like, I know about that. I need to always keep on handy.
Yeah.
Because we've all seen the bad ones where like, I never want to go here again. So yeah, even the fact that your innards like want to open up for a nice one, no matter what.
Oh, the other cruel thing about this was when I came out of the stall, there was a person there waiting with like an enormous roll of toilet paper.
You're like, are you fucking serious right now?
They're like, I was just about to change.
And were you coming out with your like fucking
My secret shame.
Oh my God. I just saw this woman come out of the bathroom with shit stained
But they were black. You wouldn't have seen
true.
the stains on them.
You can smell it though.
Oh God, yeah.
I love what you were thinking about keeping them.
I know.
I was gonna be like,
hell to the no, 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 no. Hell no.
Yeah, there's this one gas station off the BQE in Flushing that I ran into pee because I couldn't hold it anymore, and it was the nicest bathroom for a gas station and I was like, this is exceptionally. And then my friend like ran in after me, and she was like, that was a weirdly, insanely nice bathroom. And I was like, note to self, like, keep
the
that in
bathroom is
mind.
the key to like getting those customers in.
Yeah.
Because most gas station bathrooms I've been in,
Are
it's like
horrible.
someone was just murder them.
Yeah. I couldn't believe how nice this was. So yeah, those nice bathrooms are key to everything.
Yeah. I have to make note of that bathroom too, because I feel like a lot of times I'll just hold it in and then go all the way back to Brooklyn and then just go. I don't know how. I just say insane.
There's also a really nice one on 42nd Street, right by the public library, Bryant Park.
Yeah.
Have you seen that one? There's actually like people that give you your towels.
Yes, I've been
Really?
in that one. It's super
It's
fancy.
real nice, yeah.
Like wooden doors and like marble, like it's
Oh.
really, really, and I
Wow.
think it's a city run, like
City
parks.
run, and
Yeah.
I think it's known for being one of the best bathrooms in New York City.
Oh shit.
Best
So
public.
check it out.
Is it
Best
in the
public
park?
bathroom.
Does it cost?
It's right on the corner, or it's right on the edge of the park, like on the straight shot of Bryant Park on 42nd.
Ooh,
Like in
good
the
to
middle,
know.
kind of.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
All right.
It doesn't cost. At least last time I was there.
tipped, or like, you know, because I felt like, oh my gosh, I'm
Yeah.
getting like service at a New York City, like right, like when you go to the what is it in Grand Central Station?
Oh, that's a great
Oyster
bathroom.
Bar, you know, yeah, the old timey bathroom, but they still have like a like it's not a maitre d when they're in the
attendant.
bathroom.
Yeah, by the
Oh,
oyster
attendant.
bar.
Attendant.
Do you know, like old timey? So maybe
The bathroom at Grand Central Station is the public bathroom is really nice.
That one is
they have
really
an
nice.
attendant, and it's like super clean. It's
How
fantastic.
far is it off the road?
We have to interview an attendant.
Yeah.
Note to self, sorry. Just
Yeah.
total side note. We have to do that as our public bathroom episode. We have to interview some attendants and
There's
be
a
like,
good one.
How much do you get paid? What's the worst that you've seen?
Yeah.
well, yeah, I have a story, but I'll revisit that another time.
Victoria, do you have more? You said you had a list for us.
Well, I can get to them as the topics come up.
Oh.
She came prepared with notes.
I didn't want to forget them.
Ernie, do you have a story for us?
I do. it's like haunted me for years. And it's like it's like my number one recurring nightmare theme is all because of this one experience. I used to run like 10 miles before work, and I was living in Greenpoint, so I'd go over like, the Pulaski, the Queensboro Bridge, and then I'd come on down and go over the Williamsburg Bridge. So I was running along like the East River, and it was like crazy early in the morning, and there was this woman who it was probably like in the 20s, and there's like all this bullshit benches and like little mosaic floored things, but there were benches, and there were like little bushes and shrubs nearby. But this woman who was probably in her 20s is doing like a tricep dip on like the bench, pants are down, and she's just taking this big old gravy shit. And you could just see this like mound of poop just coming on down. Oh my God. And she's just, I'm running, and she just, our eyes lock, and she's not ashamed. She's just looking dead at me, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? And I like just kept running.
This is your future.
Oh my God. I felt like she put a fucking curse on me, because like my number one nightmare is that it's me like publicly shitting, that I'm just like using a toilet in front of everyone. I'm just shitting, just like shitting out in public, and like waking up in a cold sweat. And I never ever had those dreams before I saw this.
Whew. But you didn't curse. You were like, the next run you had explosive diarrhea.
No.
Okay.
No, but this happened like, I don't know, like over 10 years ago, and I still have.
Think about it when you go out?
Yeah.
So now, have you ever come close to anything like that, or have you?
I've come close, but I've been able to grip, and do that tight walk, and made it. Once on, of course, the Williamsburg Bridge, I got off the bridge, and I was living in Bedside at the time, so I was like further out, and I was like, I can't walk home from here, because it was still like another 3 miles.
Yeah.
So I fortunately had my phone, and like on the way down, I called the Uber, because I was just like, I was just like,
yeah, it's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
Did you get scared that?
I was afraid of shit in the car.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I was afraid of shit in the car. I was like kind of like pelvic tilting, so like my butt wasn't fully relaxed on the seat.
Yo, do you have an absorbent pad I could sit on possibly?
And I lived on the second floor. It's like, your body knows when you're almost home.
Mm-hmm.
So I was crowning when I was like putting the key in the door, and just like raced to the bathroom. Just made it.
Oh yeah,
It's amazing that your body can literally like
always knows.
It knows.
You get so close, like the mind-body connection. But when I have peed my pants so many times, so close to like my own toilet, but thankfully I've never pooed my pants. But I've been so close where I'm like, how is that? I'm so glad my mind can like control it, but it's also like do or die.
Yeah. It's like when you're on a long trip and you're coming home. Like we've had this experience where it's just
like, how does it know?
It knows, though, right?
Like she pulls off the exit.
QE.
Like I can just feel it.
Yeah.
It's just
it's like your brain and ass.
Yeah.
Are like there's the communication's like a little lapse. It's kind of like what the fuck's going on there, guys?
Yeah.
Like, well, you said we had to shit, so we figured close enough.
I know. I want to be like hypnotized for that. Like there's got to be something you could say to yourself, like, because I've come so close, especially peeing my pants. I've done so much, but there's got to, because I don't pee my pants ever at your house.
Thank you for doing that.
You're welcome.
Thank your body for doing that. Well, we have enough clothes here. You can probably just,
Thank you.
give you something like,
You're gonna have to mark that chair as hers. I think.
Yeah, right. I'm like, just take the chair with you when you leave. Actually,
Victoria will take it.
Yeah, these covers actually you can take them off.
Oh, that's good.
I'd get new ones.
I'll be taking it to wash.
These were actually I bought these from our first guest, Matt Holtzclaw.
Mm-hmm.
So, thank you, Matt. Anyway, sidetracking there. Yes, I'm glad that you're not cursed and you never.
I thought you were going to say you're cursed, like.
No, but your next it's not like a pleasant thing to wake up to. Where you've just had this dream where you're in Times Square just shitting in Times Square.
Well, that's the thing. It's like
so. This is like your recurring nightmare.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I mean, also with the advent of cell phones and like people just record everything. So you're gonna be on some
You're gonna be someone's meme.
Someone's meme for years. They're like, oh my god, who's this? You're like, what? You
The Times Square shitter.
You're gonna have to move to like nowhere. You have to move to some like desolate.
We have put that on our Instagram so many times of people it seems like a lot of times in grocery stores they'll just like squat down and shit right there and it's on the video camera and we totally repost it because it's hilarious.
There's this famous one. There's these two guys. I think it was somewhere in the UK. These two, they sound like they had like Scottish kind of accents. And this guy's like looking at some closed circuit TV footage, and this woman walks into like a supermarket or grocery store, got the little auto doors that open up. She's got a dress or a skirt on, walks in, and this poop just falls out. Like she keeps walking, and this guy walks in right behind her, steps in, and he's like, "What the fuck?" And the dude's like, "That's poop." Like the guy.
That's bonkers.
So that stuff happened. There's another one I've posted somewhere. This woman was like just leaning up against the wall, and this guy's recording from like down his like apartment window, and she's just taking a shit as she's walking. It's a skirt, just dropping turds.
We repost it, but God forbid that ever happens to us and somebody's got a camera we look up at.
I'd have to move and be like, you have to sit down. I'm out. Good
You'll
knowing
never
you guys.
see me
You'll
again.
never see
But
me
is
again.
it better to shit with a skirt or pants on?
Unclear.
Skirt.
Yeah.
Well, depending on what kind of shit we're talking about
Well,
here.
it depends on the trajectory of the shit,
I was gonna say,
right?
yeah.
Like,
If it's like fucking sevens, that might not be good.
But the only thing is, if you do have a skirt on, at least me, I'm not free balling it, like especially with a skirt on. I don't want that skirt to blow up and everybody see my under region.
But I mean, if the poop is falling out of her, like they were free balling.
She's free balling. But I mean, I figure at that point, forget the fucking underwear. I mean, just let it get out and then just go home or something.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I never wear a skirt, so it's just going in pants or shorts.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare. I mean, you have to go home immediately. You can't call a car.
It's just a general nightmare.
But apparently not if people are shitting in grocery stores.
I mean, that's just malicious.
But I had friends who worked at the Met as guards. It was a very popular post-art school job in the 90s. And I guess this was obviously before cell phones and probably before a lot of cameras that they had there. But they would tell stories of people just going and shitting in a corner at the Met.
In the gallery?
I mean, yes. I mean, I know that it is hard to find the bathrooms at the Met. It's a little complicated.
But how do you find like a quiet corner to shit in?
Like in the galleries.
It's a performance art piece.
I like that Picasso.
That's crazy.
And not just one story. I've heard multiple stories about this.
I have a friend who works at the Met for over 20 years. I'm going to have to ask him.
Yeah, I'm sure he's
like,
heard
I got some stories for you.
Yeah.
Also, we're just in this period of time right now where I feel like we're just it's like de-evolution. People are just like wilding out and like all kinds of crazy shit. And like, that's just like, what? I had to go.
But I say it all the time on this podcast. I am the queen of shitting in chain stores, Staples, Wegmans, Home Depot. Like I walk into a Home Depot and I'm like beeline straight to the toilet. Like,
one of my friends has it with a Home Goods in Jersey. And I once was visiting her and we walk in the store and she's like, just
no, I am that
she's
person.
Like, never fail. But it's kind of like what
I'm always texting Dave like in Wegmans again, taking a shit. Like I am the queen.
Have
of
you
it.
been to the new Wegmans?
I have, but I haven't had to shit in that one.
But it's kind of what we were talking about earlier with the mind body. Because Dave and I were talking about like when you go to a race, there's something again Pavlovian about those porta-johns. Like I think there was one time we were meeting for a race. I was going to do baggage and he was somewhere else and I was texting him and be like, be right there. And I go into one of the porta-johns and it's just like, oh crap. Like, and I'm in there for a while and he's like, where are you? But it's like, this doesn't happen in any other aspect of my life. It's not like, I leave my house and go to work and I'm just like, like run to the bathroom or like go to Boxme for work. Like it's only running and it's only these porta-johns and I don't understand
it. It's like your brain's it's like rewinding all the times that you almost shit yourself. So I think it's kind of like, well, this could happen again. And then you're like, fuck, maybe I should just try to go.
Kristen, do you have a story?
I'm kind of like Annette. I'm very, very lucky. I've never had to stop during a marathon to do number 1 or number 2 or number 3, 4, 5, whatever it is. I think the closest I've come, and it was kind of like Dave's experiences waddling to places, I made the mistake after a long run in the summer to stop with some of our runner friends and have coffee, right? Ooh. Coffee, we haven't talked about coffee yet, before or after. And I was like, oh, everything's fine. And like we had 1 or 2 coffees, and then I probably still had like a 15-minute walk back to my apartment. And it was kind of, again, like the Pavlovian thing, like right after I left all the friends and like kind of put my headphones back in and started walking toward my house. Boom. I had I had no...
The panic set in.
The panic set in and all the things that everybody's already talked about. And that was the only time I sharted right as I put my keys... right as I put my keys into the door, and I have like, one door goes into a building that's shared, and then I still have to open my actual apartment door. So I sharted a little bit, got into the bathroom. I did not do what Victoria did. I literally got into the shower and took those pants off and just left them there until I finished my business. And they went straight into a plastic bag that got tied up and down into the trash can within like 2 minutes.
I would not save anything.
No. And they were like like they weren't old, like
it doesn't matter.
All of our running gear.
It doesn't matter. The second shit hits something, you're like, well, we had a good run with that one.
Right.
You're
like I can
done.
have runners, marathon tattoos and a little chafing and all that type of stuff on like my sports run stuff, but like that was totally. So that was I have sharded once, but not during a race.
Yeah, I think have I? No, I've never done during a race. Oh, you know what? I did. I guess this is kind of half shitting my pants. Sorry to take away from you guys. When we came up from a run, I came in the house, same thing. Like I had to go really bad, and I got right before the door to the bathroom, and then a little bit came out. Not like it's not like that great of a story, but it's more like, oh my God, I can't believe I fucking made it. And then I kind of didn't make it. I like a little bit came out.
That's the worst.
When
you're so close.
And then it just like, I ruined those shorts. Those are like my favorite shorts. Those were destroyed. Those were like just, in a bag. And then I remember at the time, I think when that happened, my wife was like, I think you should go see a doctor. This seems like it's happening quite a bit. She's like, I'm like, you don't understand? Like, she's like, well, this sounds like, the medical thing. I'm like, did you go to medical school? I'm like, trust me, this happens a lot. But I'm like, maybe I should go see a doctor because this is kind of happening at the time. And at the time, I just actually shit my pants riding my bike home from visiting a friend who we had on the podcast, the last episode. Just riding home. No biggie.
You're just working it out.
I just turned a corner. I turned the corner, and then like a week later, that's when I kind of crap my pants coming back from a run, and my wife's just like looking at me like, "What the fuck is this going to be our life now? Like you're just going to be shitting yourself constantly?"
Yes.
It's like, you're too young for this. I didn't sign up for this.
Too young, I just like, you just have that moment where you're like, I'm an adult. I shouldn't be shitting my pants. Like this shouldn't be happening.
No, but you can start a podcast about it.
Well, yeah.
But it's one of those things where you're just like, you start to question everything. What the fuck am I, what's going on with my life right now? Because we've already solved this issue. Like this
I'm potty trained.
Yeah, this stopped happening like years ago. Like, and now we're back. What the? And like, you don't know what to do because it's just like so foreign. You're like, oh my God, it's awful.
What did you do with those pants, shorts?
I threw them out. And I just I think I just did my business, put them in the garbage can, or put them in a plastic bag, and I went downstairs immediately to the garbage thing and just. I think I double bagged it and put some other stuff in it just to make it like in case I don't know.
Somebody's going through the garbage.
Oh yeah. It was like I'm surprised I didn't walk to like another building and put it in there because normally that's where my headspace would be.
It's like you're trying to cover up a scene of a crime
completely.
Or something. You're like,
I'm putting all the body parts in different locations. Yeah, this is my shitty shorts in a garbage can. So.
Anybody else have a story to bring? Go ahead, Victoria. We know you got a list.
I have my notes. So
yeah, we love notes here.
I love notes.
Yeah.
It was probably 2 years ago. I did a long run in Central Park. I think I did like 13 miles of hill repeat, something crazy. And I was like, I started yeah, but I was like feeling not so good. And it was like some like pelvic floor things. It felt weird. But I also wanted to go check out the show at the Museum of the City of New York, which is right there on Fifth Avenue. And I was just like, perfect timing. I can go see that show and use one of their bathroom.
So you sit there and go see the show?
I've done that before.
And so I'm in there and like nothing was happening, and I was just like in the stall for quite some time. I thought I was alone in this bathroom. The museum wasn't very full, it just seemed alone, and nothing was going on. But I must have been in there for about 5 minutes, and all of a sudden I just hear that ringtone, like the cat xylophone one, do 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 do, and I'm just like, oh my god, someone is in here with me.
Hearing all the sound effects.
And, I mean, I didn't make a lot of noise. It was just, I just thought I was having alone time. And then the woman is just like speaking really loudly on the phone.
She answered the phone?
She answered the phone.
No.
She's in the stall. She'd been in there longer than me. I don't know what she was doing. Oh, but yeah.
I want to make it our next t-shirt is wipe, don't swipe. You know, like don't bring your fucking phone.
Pretty good. Wipe, don't swipe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty. I mean, first of all, in a public place.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. She probably didn't even wash her hands afterwards. I bet.
I
so
left
much money.
before
Yeah.
she finished. So and she was still on the phone. They were having a very lengthy conversation.
She was most definitely having alone private time.
Yeah.
She was
So
like,
I'm at
home.
home. I guess I ruined her alone time.
What?
But
That
Fuck
happens
it.
in my
No,
office
she
all the
stays-
time.
yes, same.
That happens in the office.
And which is weird because you see these people, and like these people can hear you talking, while you're in the stall.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm going to see you at the cafeteria in 3 minutes. It's so weird.
At my old job, at my old office, there would be someone who would be like watching shows in the bathroom in the morning. What?
What, like on their phone?
On their phone, yeah.
Oh
but
my
then
God.
also being on a phone call while I can hear them taking a crap, and then you're in a bathroom with like 4 other people, and I'm just like, I do not understand the point of this phone call. And it's just like it's not even like an emergency phone call. It's kind of like, yeah, I'm at work. It's just like
They're
you're
like
not at work
clueless.
and you're taking a huge crap.
That's
right
a
now.
lonely person.
People need to learn their boundaries.
It's like, oh shit, someone's calling. Yeah.
It's pretty wild. I don't understand it.
I was walking my dog this morning and picking up her shit as my father called me, and I was like, I will call him back. Like, I cannot talk to my dad while I'm picking up dog shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Or taking a shit.
or taking a
Yeah.
shit. Like, but talking about the Pilates thing, I used to go to this really fancy Pilates studio, and after class, all of a sudden I like got that bubble guts feeling, and I was like, fuck, there's only one. It was a tiny studio, one toilet, and so I'm in there, and it's just coming out of me as violently as humanly possible. And I was like, hopefully everybody else just got their coats and left, and we're good.
They're just standing behind you recording it. They're
No,
like,
and it's one of those doors that just slides, so it's like
Was
it's
it New
not
York
even real.
Pilates?
No, plank on
Okay.
Christie, and then it slides shut, and I was just like, please, I like. It sounds like everybody else is upstairs into the next class, like, and then I come out, and this lady who I always had the nicest conversations with is just looking at me with such disgust that she has to go in there after me, and I was like, I am so,
That's what it's for.
I know, but I felt so, and she and I always had these great conversations. Never again.
Oh, of course. There's
Never
that sugar.
again. I've taken many classes with her after that, and she just didn't even want to look me in the eyes, and I was like,
She's a prude. That's weird.
Yeah.
People shit.
wait, yeah.
The real
I just felt like so like I spit in her face,
Yeah.
you know.
Real quick, on that note, have you when you had to go like violently like that in a really tight space with other people, do you try to do the thing where you're like, I won't let it all, I'll just kind of like sort of control it out like yourself, like
I flushed the toilet to muffle the sound.
I've done it before too, and I did that. I told the story before. I was snowboarding, and I was with my old roommate, and then 2 people. One person I didn't really know that well, and we rented this little it was a motel really, right near the resort, and the bathroom was like right next to one of the beds. I mean, it was like you reach your arm out and touch it, and I had to go I've been holding it in all day, all night, and at one point I'm like, I just gotta go. And then everybody's on their bed like exhausted from snowboarding all day, watching TV, and then I go into this room and then just like I'm so trying to like just okay, you got this, you don't have to let it all out at once, it's kind of like and then I remember turning on the faucet, which anything I kept flushing the toilet, and I do my thing, I come back out, and I was sharing a bed with my roommate, and like he leans over to me and he's like, I heard what you were doing in there. He's like, you were trying to be all fucking slick. We heard every fucking sound. And And I just couldn't stop laughing because other people didn't like really. I mean, I was just dying. And I'm like, so you might as well, you know what? You might as well just let it happen because people know.
Yeah. Because everybody's been there.
And that's fucked up that lady just like dismissed you like that.
Oh, and I really liked her. I liked our little conversations. I know.
It's not like you walked out like covered in shit being like, woo!
Don't go in there.
Don't go in there for like at least a half hour. I mean,
Can
like,
I get that spot next to you?
It's just like, no one's like, you know, you're just like wringing your hands out like, oh, they don't really have any paper towels in there or anything. So I'm just kind of, I mean, you know, she's a prude.
More than a prude.
Yeah.
She's a poo denier.
Since Victoria brought those notes, you have more notes? I just love that you brought notes.
Because I knew I forget.
Get so excited.
Okay, I only have one other note. And because of all the paranoia that we've been discussing, so every time I run a marathon, I pack an emergency bag.
Good.
To give to someone probably, you know, midway through because, you know, maybe I need an extra shirt or something, but it's really for extra underwear. So the first couple that I ran, I would always give my emergency bag to my brother, and he would be like around mile 11 or 12, and you know, so every time, like, he would always ask me, he's like, crap yourself yet? You know, afterwards or in the other runs, he's like, has that happened? And one year I gave him my bag, and he had it in his car with his kids, and my middle niece, I think, was around 8, and she's looking through the bag, and she's like, why does Aunt Vic have underwear in her emergency bag? So he's like, you have to ask Aunt Vic. So when I saw her the next time, I was like, I hear you have questions about the contents of my emergency bag. And she got all, you know, shy, and I'm like, why do you think? And then she just started laughing because she knew why. So, but it has not happened. I've not needed to use my emergency bag contents.
But it's like raining in New York. It only rains when you don't have your umbrella with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, so I'd rather have it and not need it than need it.
I thought you were going to say he left it in the car.
Oh, and
he saw him at 11 miles
in Long Island.
You're like, where the fuck is the goddamn
But
bag?
where were you going to make this change if you crapped your pants?
I mean,
are you going to go to the porta potty?
No, I mean,
and
he did ask me about that. He's like, so I'm just going to be out on Bedford. What would you do? And I'm like, well, you know, if it happened, everything is a disaster. So I'd probably just take off my shorts like right there.
But you know what? Pack a towel, a big long beach towel, wrap it around your waist, and then just do it like, you know, if you don't want to be.
I mean, I just hope it never comes to that.
I mean, it's not going to happen. But if it does,
not going to happen.
That's an option.
Does anybody here? Oh, go ahead.
No, say. What are you going to say?
Does anybody here go through a very serious like night before, morning of routine to assure that like all poop comes out?
Coffee.
A
lot of coffee.
I don't drink coffee, but I poop at least 2 to 3 times before every long run.
Yeah, like I wake up early.
It doesn't matter if it's like I'm training for something.
Squats, like if it's not coming out on its own, like we'll literally make it come out.
Do you just naturally go 2 to 3 times every morning, or like how do you make yourself go before a run?
I don't know.
Without coffee, that's.
I don't. I just think. Well, normally I go to the bathroom anywhere between 1 to like 3 times a day. Of late, it was like
wow.
Yeah.
I know, bless.
I know, but
twice
now
a day. Should we? I'm twice a day. Like
twice a day.
Once in the morning and once at night.
But before our long runs on Saturdays, I think it's just more like it's not even nerves at this point anymore. I think it's just more like my brain. I'm just like I'm gonna go to the bathroom and then I'm gonna get ready, and like 5 minutes before I gotta leave, I have to go again, and it happens like fucking clockwork, and then it's just like every single time, and I don't know what it is. A lot of times I don't even eat in the morning. I mean, I should, but sometimes I'm like, if I eat, it just fucks up even more. Even if I like eat an hour and a half before I leave. So a lot of times I've kind of, this is really bad. I've kind of stopped eating on longer runs only because of that. Like, because if I don't, and maybe it's psychological, but sometimes if I don't get that, if I only poop once, and I know I have if anything over like 6-7 miles, then I'm like, okay, you have to go again because
you know what's going to happen on the run.
It can't happen out there. And there's been times where I've been like, I'm a great, earlier, I had a great run. And then it's just like halfway through, I'm like, oh, I'm doing like 11-minute miles. And people are like, what happened to your time? I'm like, I was like, oh, sorry, I wasn't feeling well. It's like, because I got a shit. But yeah, I don't know. I don't, the food, I don't know. I don't, in the morning, I just go. It just kind of happens. But the second I'm like, if I'm not running on a Saturday morning, I'm fine. Like I won't go till like way later in the day or like in the morning, like 10 o'clock. But I wake up at like what 6 o'clock, 6:15, and then it's like the second I wake up, I'm in the toilet, and then again right before I leave. So
it's pretty nice.
But and besides Annette, do some of you guys stay away from certain foods the night before a run? Like
no.
I have a pretty
hardy stomach.
Yeah,
I'd be like, no turkey chili for me the night before. You guys will just eat anything.
Yeah, I can't do that. I can't, like, if I were to eat what Annette's husband made her before, I would probably not make it past mile 2.
But so you wouldn't eat. You do stay away.
Eat.
No, I'm saying you do stay away from certain foods.
Yes.
Like if you were offered vegan Chipotle sausage the night before a run, you'd be like, thank you, but no thank you.
Not unless I had tested it in the months leading up to the run.
Yeah.
Right.
So there are certain foods you do stay away from.
I do stay away from anything, and like especially before a marathon or for something that we've all like obviously trained for. Like sometimes on a Friday night before regular Saturday run, just be like, oh, it's just a regular Saturday run. I can treat myself. But yeah, I have a very kind of strict diet before.
Yeah.
I
would assume so.
Yeah,
and no coffee. And this is something I think in the running group that's like, there's some people that can't run without coffee, and there's others of us who are like, if we even had a teaspoon of coffee, we would shit our brains out.
Yeah, I've heard. I mean, I don't
Dave,
drink
is there certain things you stay away from before a run?
I have a really weird gallbladder I found out in college.
Oh.
My doctor, who was a woman, told me that I had the gallbladder of a 45-year-old woman.
Oh my God.
When I was like 18 or 19, and I was like, what does that mean exactly?
What does
and
that mean?
She's like, well, when you eat like fried foods or like really like fried foods, like does your stomach like bother you a lot? I'm like, oh my God, yes, like all the time. She's like, that's why. So whatever your
Is it like the grease trap of the body?
Yeah, it's kind of like, well, that's what, in my case, she was saying that like, so if I have like something like super fried, I mean, minus like French fries, but anything like that's like
you had like, I remember you had fried rice in front of me once and we're shitting 30 minutes later.
Yeah, it's just like, I can't, like it just really, it wrecks my stomach. So I just like, I can't eat that stuff before
a
race or even like a regular Saturday run because it's like ruined. Like, there's been a couple times I've just been like, I'm not going because I'm not going to be the one.
It's not going to be cute.
Like, it's not going to be cute. I'm going to put in my Strava, shit my pants run.
It finally happened.
That's the title of that one. Yeah, it finally happened.
Volume 1.
Yeah.
My brother had his gallbladder removed and he still has the worst shits ever. Like, so I don't know.
I mean, I think my diet has gotten a lot better since then.
Yeah.
And I don't really have that issue too much. But occasionally, like, if I go out somewhere for dinner, I'm like, we're going to eat this specific kind of food that might be really rich or like fried especially, then I'm like, okay, look, or like with a lot of hot sauce, then I have to kind of like, I can't be doing that the night before a big run or race.
Yeah, my nephew, whenever he sees my brother drinking beer, he goes, beer's bad for daddy, he makes diarrhetas.
Diarrhetas? Yeah. Oh, it sounds like some horrible like
margarita diarrhea,
all-inclusive like resort like pun drink.
But I love what my sister-in-law has my nephew on video. Beer's bad for daddy. He gets diarrhea. And I love that video. It's so cute.
Well, luckily, knock on wood, I haven't had diarrhea while any runs, but it's come close a bunch of times.
I used to get really bad stage fright in my early 20s, and I was like saying to myself, well, what's the worst thing that could happen on stage? I'd pee or shit myself. So I realized,
the worst thing.
Yeah. So I realized, like, if I could just pee before I get on stage for something, then I'd be fine. And so I started then psyching myself up where I had to pee anytime I got even like if I did karaoke, I'd have to pee like right before my song, And so like. I feel like psychologically you guys are doing that with your poop before a run.
Oh,
like
totally.
you're telling your
100%.
body like, do or die now, motherfucker.
It's like, get this out because I can't, this can't happen. Like that would fuck me up so bad if I shit my pants in the middle of a race.
Yeah.
Like not even like where it's just like, we've had people on this podcast before and they've shit themselves, but it's like been like, if there was no sense of like it's coming on, it just happened.
Yeah,
like,
that's my greatest fear.
That's my hugest fear. Like this was my biggest fear running a long race, and then just like, oh, you have to go you go from like am I shit? And then like I just shit my pants. That I don't know if I can come back. I don't think I'd run anymore. To be honest with you, I think I'd be like, I don't think I could do this.
I don't think I'd want to be alive after that.
Like just the like if I had shorts on. I mean.
Well, that's like Dr. Evan Goldstein said when he was a kid. He was watching the New York City Marathon. This is in the 80s. And on First Avenue, this guy just like pulled his tiny shorts to the side and his shit just like popped right out. And
well, what about the other runners who are going to slip on your shit? That's so rude.
Yeah.
I mean, at least in the 80s, there were less people. It wasn't the 50s.
Do it right after a water station.
I just couldn't even like...
And you guys told me there's that one woman who was running a marathon, and as soon as she was done with the finish line, she shit herself. I mean, there's like a famous woman.
There's been a bunch of people. It was like
all over the news.
I mean, this company I used to work for a long time ago, we used to webcast all the Ironman triathlons. And I forget the person's name, but yeah, she did that. It was bad. And she still finished, which was pretty remarkable.
She shit before or after she finished?
She shit she shit during the race. She was sick. And she was doing this during the marathon section. So she had done the swimming, biked 100 and whatever, how many miles.
It's 112.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And then she was at I think mile 20 and started having some issues. And then she was also cramping up, so she kept falling. And then she was just covered in shit. And
no thanks.
And then she still finished. And I'm like, I just remember I was not running back then. I think I was smoking back then. And I remember because by the end, for Ironman, a sanctioned Ironman one, I think the cutoff is at midnight. So you have till midnight to finish. But people still cross over past midnight just to kind of say they did it. But I mean, I just remember being at 11 o'clock at night, just drinking, being like, why are these people? I don't understand. But when I saw that woman do it, I'm like, I lack whatever strength, whatever gene strength, whatever you want to call it, that would allow me to finish that. Because the second I saw a little bit of brown, and they're wearing those little tiny Speedo shorts, not running shorts that we wear. I mean, little tiny ones. So it's just everywhere.
That can't be comfortable.
Yeah, I was thinking while you're talking about it, most of us around here have run short races, long races, and okay, during a short race, say you shit yourself halfway through and you're like, I can't continue, fine. What about the marathon? Everybody knows them, even though we've all run multiple marathons, say you're only halfway through. Would you continue?
I mean, I think...
yeah.
I think I would.
Right?
Yeah,
I soldiered on. I would soldier on.
Yeah, I think I would, because the amount of training that goes into that shit and the shit you put your life on hold for, in order to do that, I think I'd be like, fuck it. If I had no bag, if I didn't have my wife holding a bag for my emergency bag or anything like that, I think I would just be like, all right, well, fuck it. You're kind of insulated when I'm not an elite runner, so I'm with everybody else. So I figure maybe I just stick to the middle somehow. Yeah. But I think, if I'd come that far to train for a marathon, I'm like, fuck it. I'm just going to wear my shitty ass shorts until I get to the finish. And then I don't know what, I think I would just die from embarrassment.
I agree. I would keep going. And I think one of the great things about the running community is the stigma associated with shit is very low. Everyone does it. Everyone realizes, we're all in that porta potty. We all know what's going on. Everyone has every runner has these same thoughts before every race. So, I mean, I think you would have a lot of people cheering you on when you shit your pants. And
I've been there.
Yeah, we would all do it.
Yeah, I mean, in that context, just everybody, the amount of energy and effort put into training for that, I think everybody's on that same page. Everyone running that is fuck. And anybody give this person shit, there's going to be issues because it's fuck you.
You wouldn't be shunned by other runners.
The runners wouldn't shun you. It's just the people out,
You guys obviously don't shun this older woman who's constantly shitting herself.
I mean, that's just weird.
It is. This is her case is a little bit different.
Yeah, but you're not if she shows up to a race, you're just you told me she's famous for being
I'm just it's a senior shitter.
Yeah. I mean, she's shitting before the race. If she had shit during the race, I'm like, okay. But she's shitting before the thing even starts.
Maybe it's her weird fetish. She's I love shitting on myself and doing long runs in front of a lot of people. That's what gets me off.
And also, I wonder if she's keeping those shorts.
You sound evil.
She has a whole collection of them.
Are you petting your cat while you're laughing like that?
No, I'm fucking with this pen. My nerves are nervous. I'm just thinking about
pooping while you run.
I'm just because now it's I'm talking about it so much that I'm now I'm a little nervous.
That Tuesday night run's gonna be.
Make your next run very short.
Well, I will say I've come closer to shitting myself during our sort of like speed workouts more than the long ones.
I've experienced that. And
the speed
since
ones?
we started doing those speed workouts.
When we start doing like really fast workouts, I've like almost shit myself, especially going like back uphill somewhere.
Because you're running so much harder than
the extra.
My body's just like, what's
exertion.
going on up there? What the fuck is happening? And I'm like, oh my God, please.
Yeah, I think there's also a point where if you're doing speed work or hill work, your body just is like, whatever's in me right now just needs to get out.
Yeah.
Like you can't even, like, you're aware of it, but
Yeah, I'm wondering because like running can be very detoxifying with sweating out and everything. So maybe that's another reason you're shaking up your bowels, but your body's like, I need to get all the detox, all the gross out.
And I think it's also, I've read somewhere that like your body is using other things. So it's like, so it's not digesting anymore because it's just giving you all this energy for running. So I think it's just sort of like, okay, we're shutting down and we're just going to expel you. We're not going to keep you in there.
It's kind of like your body just really just does not give a shit. It's just like
no, it gives lots of shit.
You start getting into like animal mode, like just kind of like where you're like, okay, it's just do or die. Like it's true. There's no like etiquette. It's kind of like, well, we need to get rid of this. So it's sorry you're running, but it's happening. Do you want to? As we go into our questions.
Yeah, we can go around the table. What's your favorite toilet paper, Annette?
I'm not very picky as long as there is toilet paper. I'm usually pretty happy. I would have to say probably just like Charmin, the very thick plush.
Oh.
Yeah.
You like to luxuriate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cadillac
Victoria.
toilet paper.
I tend to go for the Scots.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because, as I said before, I'm a thrifty person. And I use a lot of toilet. I pee so much, so I'm using a lot, and it really does last.
It does.
Ernie?
I'm not picky. I buy whatever I can get in bulk on Amazon. I don't care about the ply. I just want whatever's cheap, and I can get a lot of it.
Nice.
Kristen?
Probably somewhere in between Victoria and Ernie. I usually get like a thing of 48 rolls at Target brand.
Target brand's good.
Yeah,
good. It's like it's not too thick. It's not too crunchy.
It's got like it's okay. It's our
gong.
And I play the guitar.
Yeah.
And has anything poop related happened to anybody not outside of running, work related? You guys talked a little bit about like where people are shitting at your offices and on the phone, but has anything happened to you? You don't have to say where you work, but like if you want to bring anything to the table, go ahead, Annette.
Yeah, so work etiquette is weird. The women's bathroom has to be the most disgusting place.
Yes,
in
absolutely.
The building. I don't know what goes on in there.
This is all new to me. I'm just finding these things out.
Dave and I always have this argument because he's like, there's no way a woman's bathroom is worse than a men's. And I'm like, it is. They're just animals. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like, there's been times where there's like actual shit smeared on things, which I don't understand. It's like we're all adults. I don't know what.
And you
goes
wouldn't do
on
this
there.
in your home.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this at somewhere public?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I don't know. Like, I think I won't say where I work, but I think maybe it's just the nature of the job. I don't know, but it's
childhood aggression, anger that they're like venting at their job. Yeah.
Well, it's also kind of rude. Like somebody else is going to have to clean it up.
And the lady who cleans our bathroom is like the sweetest, loveliest
lady.
lady.
I think too that's the problem. Someone's like, someone else will do it.
That is the
this
problem.
Is someone else's job.
I mean,
they don't think
office,
like, hey, maybe I don't want to make this a little.
It's gross. And it's like I don't understand how you leave the stall and you don't look back. Like they just do their business, open the door, and get out. I always look back to see what's.
Yeah.
Make sure you cleaned your space.
Yeah, has a toilet flush, has all this thing
I
gone.
squat to pee, and sometimes because I have labia, it sprays all over the place. I clean it up.
clean it
Like,
up.
I don't have a wiener that I can like point in direction.
It's pretty
But I
awesome.
always wipe it down because I'm like, even though I'm not sitting down, I don't want to do this to somebody else. Like,
Because it's rude.
yes,
It's so rude.
exactly.
I mean, our toilets will be a disaster. And when really pisses me off because my preferred shitting toilet at work is the handicap stall.
The one at the very end.
Because also there are weird gaps in the doors, so you can see.
That's only an American thing too.
I know, it's insane. So, but the gaps are like like
an inch.
Yeah. You can see who's in the stall. But if you're in that last stall, it's the bigger stall, and people can't really see you in there. So that's my favorite stall. So I get really, really pissed when someone's wrecked that stall, because now I have to go use the other stalls where people can see me.
Yeah, people
taking my deep shit,
I know what shoes you wear at work, Ernie.
I guess Kristen and Ernie work together. They know what stall. I have this weird theory that if you're at a huge public bathroom, like at an airport or a gas station or rest stop, when there's many, I have this weird theory that I think the first stall is always the cleanest because nobody goes.
Back.
Yeah. Nobody goes. So I always go into that first one, and it's always super fresh.
But there have been tests about
fresh.
that.
There is.
Yeah, I've heard that in multiple sources. They've done bacteria tests
I feel like
for the same reasoning.
I feel like I've tried that and I'm walking, I'm like, oh, this is a disaster.
The only place that's failed me is IKEA. The IKEA in Red Hook, their women's bathroom is just hell on earth.
Well,
people
all
have
the kids.
No, it's not just kids. I've seen maxi pads with blood in the toilet, and I'm like, "What the fuck is your problem?"
That's just so rude.
Why?
I talked about this in a couple episodes ago. I walked in, went to one stall, the next one, the fourth stall. I finally was like, "This is the one I'm going to shit in." And then I heard this woman come in after me and go from one door to the next, and she's like, "Why? Why?" And I was like, "I feel your pain, lady. I totally." What the fuck is wrong with people?
You're changing my mind about which bathroom is more gross. Because I always thought, I assumed it was a dude's.
And menstruation and
Yeah. See, I always forget about that part. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, oh yeah, that's a thing.
But people who hover when you shit and then they're spraying it all over the place.
So bizarre. I don't understand that.
Awful human beings. Yeah.
Well, I think American culture especially, you go to Japan, you're not going to see any of that stuff.
No, Japan is so lovely.
Is this where you're going to talk about bidets? I know you love
bidets. We're a big fan.
Yes, I think.
You almost have me sold, because I used the restroom and I saw the tushy.
Everybody should be sold on a bidet. It's literally the best thing that has ever happened.
I mean, that's our second one. The first one, we only got rid of it because the hose is plastic and you need a braided metal hose. So anybody out there buying a bidet, Snap-on bidet, make sure you get a braided metal hose.
Yeah. When we're done, can you demonstrate the bidet, not on a person, just the general?
Sure, yeah, of course.
Thank you.
I'll give you a what do they call it, instructional.
A little tutorial.
Yeah, sure.
It's a game changer.
It's great. And also, if you're thrifty, like Victoria, and I guess Ernie, I guess we all are to some
degree.
Not
as cheap as Victoria.
Oh, okay.
Thrifty, not cheap. Is a difference.
The Snap-on bidet is great because you actually save more money on your toilet paper because you're using less of it.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
A lot less.
Better for your butt.
It's better for your butt because that's another thing too. It's you wouldn't
It's better for the environment.
Illinois says, if you stepped in dog shit with your sneaker, you wouldn't just take a dry paper towel and just keep rubbing and hoping it would get out. You would wet it and so that's the same for your butt. It's you. Anyway.
And also, you cut up raw chicken on a cutting board. Do you just wipe a paper towel across it? No, you wash it. So the salmonella that's coming out of your asshole is about the same as raw chicken. So fucking stop being dry wipers and wash your shit.
You'll love it. It changed your life. It did for me. And I was like, this is insane. I go, I can't believe it took me this long to embrace it.
When we started the podcast, I didn't have a bidet, and Dave introduced me to it, and I have not gone back.
What was your question? I'm sorry.
How did you get introduced to the bidet? Was it something?
So my wife works with Ernie and Kristen, and they did a story on this Snap-on bidet, and then she sent me a link, and I think I bought it a week or two later, installed it in 10, 15 minutes or so, and then it just literally within seconds, I was like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah.
Because it's just you just feel more confident. I don't know. You just you do. It's I can't describe it. It's you're not on the toilet. I'll just feel did I get it all? It's now you get this little power wash in there, and it's take care of your business.
And it's a really quick, tiny stream. You're not luxuriating in it.
Well, you could, I guess, if you wanted to.
Yeah. It's like a water pick to your asshole.
Yeah. So. And they have you can get different kinds, different brands have a hot water hot water version and cold. Ours is just cold, but
Yeah.
I'm used to it now. It's like what? See,
No, it's not bad.
See, that's what I thought because when we
Good morning, Dave.
When we first got, well, actually, it's a good wake up call. But when we first got it, I installed it during the winter, and I thought this is not gonna. I don't know how it's gonna work. But you don't. It's not like you would. What's going through your mind? Like you're not like, oh my god. I'm like, it's like you're putting an ice bucket over your head. It's just like, oh. It's a little strategic laser strike in your butt.
And plus, it's shooting through your hot shit. It neutralizes everything.
Yeah,
back
I like
there.
that. I think I prefer the cold only because I think the warm would like fuck me up. Like I wouldn't know like what's that and what's this. So, but I mean, really, it does. Like you should check it out. I think it's worth it. There's a bunch of different companies that make them now, and I think they're under $100.
Do you ever use the bidet, like depending on the Bristol chart of
I use
your
it every
situation?
single time I go to the bathroom.
But like, do you find you have instances where you have to get water and then you have to get paper reinforcements, or
yeah, I mean,
just keep?
Look, there's exceptions to the rule. Sometimes you're like, wow, this is what's going on down there. It's kind of like it's kind of nuts. So yeah, you kind of like just you'll figure it out. It's more like, oh, let me just fight. Okay, cool. Let me just.
It's also good for lady bits too, because it's the same water that's coming out of the wall that you brush your teeth with. So, yeah, it's great for everything.
Mom, Dad, I'd like one for Christmas. Please.
Yeah. Oh, it should be on everybody's Christmas
and
list.
we went as far. We've Elle and I both have travel little bidets. It's more like a water bottle.
But it works better than anything else.
It works better than nothing. And so for camping, it's great. I used the camping this past summer. When you're on the road, if you're like, because that's another thing. Now that I've got this stupid bidet, sorry, it's not stupid. We have the bidet now, and it fucks me up because when I go to either someone else's house or I'm like traveling, I'm like, wait, where's the water? And then I'm like, oh my god, I forgot what this is like. And I'm sitting, I feel like I'm just using like roll, like this, just tearing off sheets of toilet paper. So, and then again, if you,
I am that person who's running into the Wegmans bathroom, filling up my water travel bidet in the sink, and then running into a stall. So yes.
Yeah,
I was at a brunch like last weekend, and I turned to my friend and I was like, I'm sorry, I have to go to the bathroom. And the only thing I grabbed out of my purse was my travel bidet.
like, what the fuck?
What does it look like?
It just looks like a water bottle. I'll show it to you.
Does it have like a pointy nozzle like the hairdressers?
Yeah, the nozzle is just this little nozzle with this strategic like little like holes placed in it, and it sort of goes back like past 90 degrees, and it just like you just fill it full of water, you just squirt it up in your butt, and then, it's better than nothing. It's not as good as actual bidet, but if you're out and about, it's a nice little touch up.
Yeah,
like on a run.
Yes,
like on a run.
It has a carabiner.
I feel like you could put it in one of your water bottle holders.
Yeah,
well, it has a carabiner, so you could just hang it from your pants.
Like, you got it's kind of jangling all over the place, but it is. I mean, it's smart. It's something that I mean, I probably should bring on a run.
I mean, just like we've all discussed, I think you're the one, and like Sarah said, maybe you should see a doctor, but...
Well, now I think everything's regulated.
You're regulated.
I think I'm pretty good now.
Good.
But occasionally, for those instances where you never know, it might happen. But I totally suggest getting a bidet and or travel bidet.
Yeah, don't be a dry wiper, people. Stop being gross.
It really, and again, I'm a Scott person, TP wise, so your Scott's going to last even longer.
Ooh.
So
yeah, because all you have to do is pat that shit dry.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the best is when it squirts up into your asshole, so you can really irrigate all those bits out. It's my favorite thing in the world.
It's like a mini fleet.
Exactly.
yes, you will. Once you get it, you're going to be like, how the fuck did I live without this?
Yeah.
So
douching your asshole.
Totally proponent of that.
Yeah. I think we're good. We talked about, unless anybody has a last minute story that they sparked to their memories.
You forgot you shit your pants somewhere?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that time.
Not while running.
But if for any reason all four of you go on a run from here on in and see something, please be a correspondent. Record right there on the field.
We have people do that before.
We will play it on the podcast. You could just be like, correspondent Ernie here. The old lady's here shitting her pants again.
I think we should track down the old lady and bring her.
Oh my god!
Here.
Please,
well,
I have so
I'm
many
a little
questions.
nervous. I think I want to interview her outside because I'm afraid she's going to shit herself.
never be this
live
Yeah.
from the start of the.
She's like, "Where's my seat?" I'm like, "You don't
Japan
really
Day
have a
race,
seat."
yeah.
Dave and I were watching the New York City Marathon together a couple
Yeah.
weeks ago, and I kept being like, "Have you seen anybody shit their Sam's yet? Have you seen anybody?"
No,
He's like,
I
"Nope,"
missed
and I'm
it.
like, "I'm ready to record. Let's do this."
I really just wanted to ask someone, like, as you're running with them, have you ever shit your pants by doing this? They're like, what?
I have to pee, believe it or not.
Okay. Oh, Ellen is back from the bathroom.
Yes.
And we were talking about some things before you got back. But if you ever find yourself where you're at someone's house or someone you don't know and the toilet floods, the first thing you do is go right for the valve and just turn it off.
Ooh.
Which I've never thought about doing.
That is excellent
the
intel. Thank
panic
you.
that sets in when it happens, but just fight through it and just turn the water off immediately. That way it just stops.
Does lefty loosey righty tighty work
Yeah.
for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
So-
I would be so nervous. I would probably
Yeah. Well, you'll know too, because like I think the more you turn, it's like whoa.
It's quick enough.
Yeah. But it's just like you have to. I mean, it is getting. We had a guest on that happened to him at his ex partner's
Family
holiday.
house.
Yes, like
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. Everyone's there, and the toilet flooded, and he had to go down. There was no plunger in there. He had to go in there and be like, "Where's your plunger?" They're like, "Why?" He's like, "No reason. Just,
I just want to see it.
he's like, "No, I'll take care of it." No, I will
Just
do
doing
it.
a safety check.
Yeah. Also, don't get a plunger. Plungers actually fuck up your toilet.
Yeah. Get an auger. It's much better. We learned that. We had a plumber on.
You had Ellen's plumber.
Yeah.
An auger? What is that?
It's basically
It's a
like
snake.
a snake, but there's one specifically for your toilet. Plungers actually ruin the wax ring that holds the toilet to the floor. And if you break
It
that,
pushes out, and eventually, like the ring, like just cracks, and then it just the water starts leaking out of that. So it's like a seal. So it's like a seal that
Yeah.
keeps out.
and if you
so-
break that, it's very expensive to repair.
And apparently, when you plunge, it just like the ring just keeps like getting like expanded, and so
Yeah,
like
it
the more you
loosens
do
it.
it, yeah. So if you get an auger, it just and also because even though the auger is all in the nasty bits. Just you keep flushing it, it just cleans itself off, and just put it in a I don't know auger bag or something. I don't know,
Yeah.
like whatever you got to do. But it's less traumatic to the toilet.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm gonna have to go to the hardware store.
Yeah.
on the way home.
Yeah.
Yeah, we.
This podcast is
it
beyond
started off as, like,
educational.
Getting, learning.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it started off with just like literally like let's just talk about funny shit stories. And I'm like learning stuff. I'm like, oh my god, that's fucking pretty smart.
We've learned so much. It's insane.
But while you're in the bathroom,
Ooh.
Victoria thought of a good enema.
Oh yeah.
story.
So Ernie had brought up Fleet enema before, and it reminded me of a Sonic Youth show I went to in the late '90s at Roseland, and
Nice.
I went with about 8 or 10 people, and and so we were outside. There was a Duane Reade across the street, of course, and there was a like a giant window display of Fleet enemas. They were on sale, which was not really in my consciousness at the time. And one of my friends was just like, "Oh, hold on, I just got to go in here for a second," thinking he was going to buy cigarettes because it was the 90s.
Yeah.
You can buy cigarettes. And so we go into Roseland. Everyone's getting checked, by like the bouncer guys. And the main point of the story was my friend came out of Duane Reade, gave everyone in our group a Fleet enema. So it's about 10 of us. And it's winter, so I think we have like bags, we have coats, and we're getting checked. And one of the bouncers yells over to the other guy. He's like, "Steve, what the fuck is up with all these fucking enemas?" And then I realized why my friend bought the enemas. It was pretty amazing.
That's hilarious.
That's pretty good. Fuck's all these enemas. I'm actually gonna say like you had some like Fleet enema disaster at the Sonic Youth show.
No, it was kind of bad.
Very punk rock.
Yeah, it's really like just
It was
spraying everywhere. You're
so
like,
90s.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. So this is a segment called Let's Get Shitty, and I prepped them a little bit, but again, it's just like you can complain about things or not complain, whatever. If your life's that great, not kidding. But I'm just gonna play this little segment and then we'll get into it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for Let's Get Shitty!
Yes, the part of the show where we get to complain, which is pretty much my daily life. So anybody here have a gripe, a complaint, something they want to get off their chest? It does not have to be poop related, by the way.
You just get extra bonus points.
Yeah.
If it is.
You get a trophy at the end.
If you don't, Dave and I can go first because we always have shit to complain about.
Well, Ellen, I think you should go first.
Okay.
I think you're like
I make literally a list
of
and I just add to weekly, and some like the one I'm going to use today is from a couple weeks ago, but I have it just in case. My let's get shitty is assholes who in a public bathroom. Yeah, we get it. There's germs. We know you want to wash your hands, but not touch really anything. Get it. But like figure out like a way. I've seen these people turn on the sink full blast, wash their hands, and then just walk away from the running water in the sink.
Yes.
And I'm like, do you guys have any idea like what kind of water problem this world is having, especially in the next 50 years? And I want to be like, I was in line. We were at an art show, me and Dave, a couple weeks ago, and this bitch did it. And she walks out of the bathroom, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And I walk up and I turn it off, and I'm like, what is wrong with people? Like, now you know why the sensor for the sinks are, but yeah. People are assholes. I get it. Germs are a thing. Get some Purell. Get over it.
Touch the thing and turn it on.
Use your elbow.
Yeah.
Exactly. Something.
Or grab a paper towel
That's
and
what
do that.
Your elbow has no other purpose.
Yeah.
Than to like open
Bam.
doors and turn off
Yeah.
things when you don't want to touch it with your hands.
But then don't even wash your hands. Like, go find something else. Like Purell. Like, fuck you. Wasting. Like, this woman, it was full blast water coming out. Like, not a trickle. Asshole.
Idiot.
There's another selfish person in a public bathroom thinking somebody else will fix that for me.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Fuck those people.
Yeah, sometimes I think that they think it's, the motion sensor, but they just turned it on like 4 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Your hand just touched that, so you knew.
Yeah.
Well, that sucks.
So that's my let's go.
Wait, did you say anything to that person?
No, they ran out before, and I was like, what the... And I just walked up and like turned it off and looked at everybody else in line like, you fucking assholes.
Let's go find her.
Yeah.
My let's get shitty is not poop related, and it's more, I don't know if gentrifier is the word. So where I live in Brooklyn, there's right directly behind us, there's a row of like brownstones. And this, I don't know who this person is yet, but they bought an old brownstone, like maybe like not quite directly across from me, but like a little, like 2 or 3 houses down. And they've been doing this gut renovation forever. And like, fine, that's cool. You have the dough. You want to buy like a really expensive place, fix it up. I get it. But the problem is they have been using this generator for like, I mean, it feels like it's been early spring till just like probably 2 weeks ago. It's finally heard it stop. And like, because the generator to go in like whatever they got to use these power tools for, it's annoying. It's every morning at like 7:30, 8 o'clock. It doesn't bother me as much because it's not like directly behind me, but it's annoying enough where you're like, what the fuck? And it goes Monday through Saturday. And so my neighbor gets it way worse. And he's like, he went actually to the, got out of his apartment, walked behind the street behind us, and like went through the building and just was like, what the fuck is going on? And these people, they're not living in there yet. I think they own a house somewhere in Manhattan too. It's like, whatever. But so it's been kind of quiet, nice and nice. And then the other day we hear, this has been going on for a week now, chainsaws. Now they're removing some trees, and it's been like full on chainsaw all day long. And I just don't understand this whole idea of like, there's people living here that like, have been here forever. And it's just like this arrogant, like, whatever, we'll just make as much noise as we can. And I get construction takes a while, but
I paid like $3 million for this brownstone. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
It has been like, there's a whole systemic thing with it, but it's just more like it's just the balls of like every fucking morning. I mean, it's like, it just doesn't stop. And they're going to move in and just be like, oh, this is really nice. They weren't here for the fucking like months and months and months of just complete fucking noise.
Well, they would complain
exactly.
if
they would do it.
If their neighbor was doing that when they moved in.
The second they heard that.
They're going to call the cops on people who are hanging out at the corner.
So it's like,
you should blast some music out the window when they move in.
The best thing is there's a neighbor.
You should poop on their toilet and clean it up.
Well, there is the good thing is the neighbor who lives next door to them, I think he used to be an old DJ, but like it's great because in the summer he just opens the window, puts his gigantic speaker out, and just plays like his mixes like all the time. And it varies. It's like, and it's I love it at this point. He turns it off at like, I don't know, 10 at night on the weekends. Mm-hmm. But like, he's like, but it's like, I love it. It's like,
but that's New York.
It's part of the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And so I can't wait till these motherfuckers move in to hear it. It's just like, in the nice like middle of July, like you'll hear like at 8 o'clock, like, I mean, it's like we're at a club. But it's not like obnoxious enough where you're like, oh my God, it's like techno. But it's just, it's amazing. So
But you know they're going to call the cops on him immediately.
For sure.
Yeah.
It is going to happen. So I can't wait for that to happen. So,
like, please get details of the fight.
Oh yeah,
and report back.
When it ensues. So I'm just waiting for this to happen. But that's just like a small annoying gripe. First world problems, but still fucking annoying as hell.
Yeah.
But yeah. And you guys, anything? Again, no pressure.
I mean, this one is not original, but slow walkers always, and especially after both marathons, when I'm in the subway and they don't even move to the side, and I'm like, I ran 2 marathons in 2 weeks, and I like even the day after, I'm like, I'm walking fucking faster than you are. Like, can't you, like, even if it's a health issue, just like get to the side.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
Yeah.
My biggest pet peeve with that is like when they slowly walk 2 or 3 in a row on a sidewalk, and I'm like, single file fuckers, I gotta get through.
Yeah.
I was in Times Square yesterday. I was meeting, like, we went to MoMA. I know, went to MoMA. My friend's aunt and uncle were in town, and I wanted to take them to, like, we went to see the Kahinde Wiley sculpture.
You gotta go check that out.
It was awesome. He was there.
Oh, really? Oh, shit.
Nice.
He was there, like, taking pictures with some young kid. He had the kid, like, jumping, and then, like, the African guys who do the tourist things, they, like, recognized him, and he took pictures with all of them, and he was, like, super gracious.
Oh, that's amazing.
It was really, really cool.
Oh.
But again, Times Square, and it's just like, what the fuck are you people doing?
Hell on earth.
Get out of the way.
It's really bad. Like the slow walking, and the slow walking also when you're on an escalator or on a staircase, and they're just like, don't move to the side. You're like, seriously, man, the left side's for fucking. This is it's in a car.
Yeah.
Just get in the fucking right lane. Just stay there because I need to get somewhere. But yeah.
But does this come back? Like, I think you started the episode and you were talking, we're not going to go super existential here, but like you were talking about, like, we're all devolving. Oh. And like, I was at MoMA 2 or 3 weeks ago when my brother was in town, and the new expansion has happened, and it's really nice, and it's much more kind of enjoyable to go to MoMA now. But there was still that point in time where, like, I don't know if you guys grew up in like junior high or high school, but like my brother and I we went to school when we were like in choir or band or whatever, and you went on field trips to hear, you know, theater and stuff, like your teacher graded you on your etiquette in public, like at a museum or at a theater. And so I go to some of these places now, and it's like the MoMA, you want to talk and have conversations about art, but you don't want, right, people talking on the phone in the bathroom. You shouldn't take a call in the gallery. Like, I don't know, like there's like all that kind of like,
people just they're just lazy.
Where did you grow up, but it's like common human decency is completely, is it just me, or has it completely changed in the last
100%?
And I don't even want to talk politics. I don't even think that's necessarily it. But
it is the advent of technology. It's just like it's made everything so accessible so quickly, so easily, to the point where people just can't imagine a world without having like that instant gratification. Even if you're on a trip that doesn't even, like, you know, necessarily need a phone, but for some reason we're just kids but like people are trained to have like their devices on all the time and constantly talking.
But these devices have also made people into narcissists and selfish and like
rude.
Yeah. And like, and maybe more people should be graded on their etiquette, because people need to be taught that. And if their parents are assholes and not teaching them, then a teacher needs to teach them.
Like, we got in trouble. Like, Mrs. Smith would pull you out of the auditorium and like you would get yelled at.
But I feel like nowadays you can't do that. Teachers can't. Teachers, they'll like, oh my God, how dare you do that to, like, you know,
little Jimmy.
Yeah, I mean,
little Jimmy is like Tyler.
Tyler was just, you know, expressing himself, and then like Tyler was taking a shit in the corner of the mat.
Bring it right back around.
Woo! So we covered a lot.
We did.
And I want to thank you guys for being on this show.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you. It was super fun. Thank you, Victoria. Thank you, Ernie. Thank you, Kristen.
And anytime if you guys have anything you see out there while on a run, please record it on your phone, on your smartphone.
Or email us.
And then, it's email it to us or text it to me, and I'll play it on the show.
Yes.
Because we're always looking for stuff. And again, thank you so much for being on the show.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
I have one last thing. I heard a great joke about poop. Ready? Why is poop taper off?
Well, why?
So your butthole doesn't just slam shut.
Where'd you hear that?
On another podcast.
Okay.
Not a poop-related one, a politics one, which is even funnier.
Well,
but anyway, thank you guys, everybody, for listening. Happy pooping.
And we'll see you next time.
Toot, toot, toot. Hey, everybody. Thank you for listening to Hey Poopy with Dave and Ellen. You can listen to us on platforms like iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, Spotify, Stitcher, and even YouTube. Subscribe and rate and review and tell all your friends about us.
For more info about Hey Poopy, go to heypoopypodcast.com. You'll find great links on our merch. We have some really cool merch, by the way. Shirts, mugs, cards, bags, all kinds of things. If you have any questions, product reviews you would like us to do, just general emails, we just want to say hello. Email us at heypoopypodcast@gmail.com. And you can also go on Instagram and check us out there at Hey Poopy Podcast. You'll see all the fun toilet pics, anything fart and poop related. So if you have any extra submissions you want to, show us, or things that you think are funny, just let us know and we'll post it for you.
Theme song by Jordan Pearlson. Hey Poopy.
Oh, that one's gross.
Very wet.
Oh my God. Okay.
Hey Poopy, how you doing? Hey Poopy, how you doing?
Man, I'm just, trying to find a place with like-minded people to talk about like-minded things about me, about poop and stuff.
Hey Poopy, how you doing? Hey Poopy, how you doing?
Oh man, what's this right here? Is this a podcast about poop?